At only a year late, and just in time for the game's 2.0 overhaul update, I present the top 5 weapons of Easy Red 2. This video won't be as long as its counterpart, the 5 worst weapons, as I found it's easier to speak at length of something's negatives than its positives. Perhaps that says more about me than it does guns in a video game, but I digress. I am going to limit myself to 1 gun per nation, otherwise this video would all be British. Finally, I will be covering the same 5 weapon categories as I did in the previous video, except I will swap out the pistol class for SMGs, for a reason I will show later. And without further ado, let us begin. I said I would limit myself to 1 gun per nation, so for the British Empire there is no question that it would have to be the Lee-Enfield. It simply outclasses all other bolt-action rifles in the game, without any competition. With a 10-round magazine that is double most other contemporaries, and a fast fire rate that enables this rifle to be used with ease, even in urban settings, the Lee-Enfield is my favorite weapon to use in the game, bar none. 2 variants are included, the early war Mark III and the later number 4. Both, from what I can tell, have identical stats, but I much prefer the number 4's sights and general appearance. This gun is so good that it is wielded by 4 different factions in the game: the British, Canadians, Poles, and the Australians. It is not a rifle to sleep on. Next, for our SMGs, is the PPSH-41. Likely a surprise to nobody, the Soviet Tommy gun translates its infamous status into performance in-game, being the weapon of choice for communist officers and specialist troops in the Stalingrad DLC campaign. Compared to the sub-gun it faces, the MP40, the PPSH doubles both its rate of fire and magazine capacity with drums, and yet still deals more damage than the Thompsons in the game, which were the runner-up for this spot on my list. It isn't the most accurate in full auto, but luckily the majority of the Stalingrad missions are in tight urban environments, meaning one can simply deal a lethal dose of Tokarev to any Nazis on the business end of this weapon. Careful not to run out of ammo. The spot for the best self-loading rifle was a foregone conclusion. This legendary rifle needs no introduction. The M1 Garand may very well be the greatest battle implement ever devised, at least when you're using it. It provides the American faction in Easy Red with the sustainable firepower to make the breakthroughs necessary to gain ground, which is good because 90% of American missions in this game are attacking. While its 8-round clip isn't the highest of its class, it more than makes up for this with a no-nonsense reload speed that allows you to get back into the fight while your adversaries are still fumbling with magazines. This weapon is truly an icon of history, and the game portrays it perfectly, steroids not included. On to light machine guns. One which may be a surprise to many is the Type 99. The Japanese Bren at home, the Type 99 is incredibly versatile, and arguably the best weapon in the Japanese arsenal. While it doesn't boast a high ammo capacity like the German and American belt rippers, it compensates in its ability to be shouldered and fired like an assault rifle. It features a reasonably quick reload to this end, and, quite memorably, a fixable bayonet for when the 30-round magazines run dry. The Type 99 is a very fun weapon to use, and allows the Japanese faction to keep up with the American volume of fire. Besides, with your ammo boxes, you can keep this thing running forever. Finally, for our anti-tank pick, this spot has to go to the iconic Panzerschreck. With its unmistakable yellow signature and giant blast shield, this rocket launcher appears more like a volatile mustard bottle than a tank killer, but you'd be mistaken. When compared to the nearest competitor, the American bazooka, the German launcher features leagues more penetration, and therefore damage, than its counterpart. It almost always one-shots even heavy tanks, and the blast power makes it great for taking out structures and hardcover as well. The Germans had learned a lot since the Panzerbuchse. And that concludes the second half of this humble saga. I apologize for it taking so long, and I hope this video has been informative, or at least entertaining. I'm not sure what's next, but Lord willing it will be a much shorter wait than this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time.